All right, guys, welcome back. Can an FDM printer actually rival resin for high detailed miniatures? Today, we're going to put two big heavy hitters to the test. We're going to be doing the Creality Hyper PLA here against the Sunlu Meta PLA, one of the most detailed models I've ever seen. Today, we're finally going to put that to the test. We're going to be using the Berserker Warboss by SolarSTL. Absolute wizard, guys, okay, with the green skins. Terrain, vehicles, dreadnoughts, all of it. And before we get into the workflow, the settings, all of that, if you're a hobbyist looking to push your FDM printer to the limit, go ahead, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the video. I've got a lot more detailed tests coming up, but also settings, troubleshooting, everything like that, and just overall hobby things. So I just don't want you guys to miss out on that. Thank you. I handle the supports in Lyre Slicer Pro. My workflow is manual supporting. I place the supports close enough so that they kind of fuse together. That prevents those thin resin style supports from failing in the FDM printer. From there, I use Resin-to-FDM to separate the model from the supports. So I sliced everything into Orcs Slicer at the 0.06 layer height. My support settings are aggressive, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have a 0.18 layer height and a 1 wall loop on the supports. And that is very aggressive, but that's what I've been using. It saves a lot of time and I'm able to crank out regular size minis. You know, we're talking the ones on 32 millimeter bases or 40 millimeter bases, 4 to 5 hours at a 0.06 layer height. So I kept that because I wanted to be consistent with what I've been using, and I'm very confident that those settings were going to work on my Hyper PLA here. So with that in mind, I sliced it all up, and the total print time for this miniature was 11 hours and 6 minutes. And this is a very large miniature. This uses about 17 grams of filament, where in most cases, when I am printing my miniatures, we're using about 6 or 7 grams of filament. This Berserker Warboss champion printed beautifully on the first go. Absolutely no errors. You can kind of see the supports here. They're kind of fused together. There is absolutely no stringing. I was super impressed. But again, I've been using the Hyper PLA for a long time. So this is 2.5 months of dialing in settings, give or take. Now for the Sunlu Meta, that was a little bit different. I did the same thing. I dialed in all my settings. That's what I spent about 4 hours dialing in flow, pressure advance, temp towers, all of that. I landed at about 185 degrees Celsius for the temp, and I landed about 0.93 for the flow. And so pressure advance, I'm going to put it on screen, but I don't really remember what it was, but I know that it was pretty low as well too. I knew that Sunlu Meta takes a little bit more time and it's a little more finicky, but I wasn't ready for the catastrophic failure. Looking back now in hindsight, I think it's because the melting point for this Sunlu Meta is very low melting point, and the super thin aggressive supports, remember, because I did the 0.18 layer height for those supports, they just didn't hold up. They didn't have that rigidity to hold up. And so the torso and the cape is one piece. And it's a very difficult print. I mean, it's a torture test for any PLA print. It has very tall, very vertical, very thin, and then the torso is kind of floating to the side. So it's a very difficult print. Normally, the torso and the massive saw sword both failed. So I had to go back to the drawing board. And this time I lowered my aggression. What I did is I lowered the layer height, dialed back my aggression. I lowered the layer height to 0.16 layer height on the supports. And then instead of having 1 wall loops, which I think was the big problem as well, I moved that back up to 2. That worked. It printed beautifully. Great. there's a time tax. So because I had to increase those settings, the print time skyrocketed to over 13 hours. The overall speed had to be decreased a lot for the Sunlu Meta to print this difficult print. Comparing these two side by side under heavy lighting, from a less than an arm's length away, they basically look like resin SLA printed miniatures. And they look amazing, absolutely amazing. But if we put them right under some harsh light and we get real close and we get under a camera, because when I put, in my old age, if I put something that close to me, it blurs out, you know? I'm a young 41. But under the camera and zooming in, and you can see this at home in the video, you do notice those layer lines. More so on the Hyper PLA. The Sunlu Meta is the winner. Flat out, I don't think it's even close that it hides those layer lines. Even under harsh lighting, the legs here look great. If you absolutely hate sanding and you hate prepping your miniatures and doing all this other stuff, or throwing 5 coats of primer, then I think Sunlu is for you. The Meta is for you. However, I do feel that the crispier details, so now we're going to move up, we're going to look more so, we're going to look at the belt and we're going to look at those straps and the sword here. It is much crispier, much sharper on the Hyper. And I think that's because the Hyper cools a lot faster, that the edges are much more defined. And the Meta loses that because it stays softer longer, and which is probably why those supports failed when I had them set the other way. Too much air in between those resin style supports. So personally, I think I'm sticking with the Hyper PLA. I prefer those sharp details and the faster speeds, and the fact that I have my workflow for it. I can save time, but also I know that I can get any model, I can print it or support it the way I've been supporting the model, and it's going to do fine. I don't have to second guess myself or with, oh, do I need to angle this a little bit differently? Do I need to cut this model up so that it prints? I love them both. They're both great. And I have a lot here to use. So I'll be running some more tests and stuff like that. Let me know what you think. Also, please check out SolarSTL in my pinned comment and in the description. His stuff is amazing, okay? This model is absolutely amazing. It's turned me into a huge fan of the greenskins. Now, while these two are out raw here, before I end, I can't wait to get some paint on them, and maybe that'll be a video for later. I do have here something that I'm painting right now. Let me take it off this little stand here, and you can kind of see the difference here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. You can see the difference in size, okay? It's definitely an Orc boss. Huge size difference. Absolutely massive when it comes to that. So I'll be finishing painting up this guy, and then I'm going to paint these two. I'm going to try 2 different things. Right now, my big focus is like the volumetric lighting, I guess is what it's called. So I'm trying to do that with the muscles here and all that. So that'll be what I do next with these 2 guys. I finally have a proper leader for my Orc boys. Time to get to work. Thank you guys so much, guys. Make sure to hit that like if you liked the video. Make sure to subscribe for future content. I'll check you guys later.